because I want to do rowdy. And if you come back later, if you're still here in a week or so, when I come back, you can hear the Sausage Brothers then, I promise. Okay, you got to come back. Yeah. All right. So now.
Not fair.
Sausage Brothers! Sausage Brothers!
You're rowdy.
This is a bloody riot. All right. Buggy, I'll do it then. All right. Okay, so this is this poem, because in my family, because it's a family poem, okay, my family came from Germany, right? So we're big, and a traditional occupation of a man in my family, okay, is that of a butcher, right? And I will let you know we are renowned for the quality of our sausage. Yeah. Now, I was named after my great uncle, who was the butcher in a place called Esk, right, which is down near Brisbane. Now, his apprentice married his daughter, and they set up another butcher shop in a place called Fernvale, which is kind of halfway between there and Ipswich. And they had a whole heap of kids, right? The oldest two boys were Pete and Mick Gowan, and this poem is dedicated to them because for me, they will always be the Sausage Brothers. Here is the story of two brothers. The sausage kings contend. One brother would select the meat, while the other mix the blend. Earned an epic reputation as fine providors of meat, the two brothers made the sausage all the people love to eat. Raised in the house, fraternal twins, their father shot behind. A hard-working, honest butcher, he was generous and kind, but the secrets of his sausage were protected and discreet. To one son, he taught the secret blends, while the other lived the meat. When it was off to war they went, their mother shed a tear. One brother in the cavalry, his twin and engineer. And through all the horrors suffered, never knowing it would stop, both dreamed to be back home again, making sausage at the shop. When the fighting was all over, they took some time to roam, learnt more secrets of the sausage before finally heading home. Then, like diggers of tradition, their service at an end, one brother would select the meat, while the other mix the blend. Then a woman came between them. So the legend it is said, one was great to talk to, and one was great in bed. Both fought to keep fair lover. Heart's passions set ablaze. It became a bitter parting, and they went their separate ways. He lost her, young and tragic, but she left a legacy. Her death had brought them back together into codependency. Love's lost laced through all their sausage, lest her memory entreat. While one brother mixed the blender, the other trimmed the meat. They found they were political, for they were young and free. One brother joined the Nationals, one joined the ALP. But when one brother ran for office, chuffed with family pride, and his brother at his shoulder, cooking sausage by his side. But the locals got together. They knew what was the score. They'd lost their sausage makers to a crisis twice before. Was their campaign sausage sizzles beat them in the end? All knew. One brother cut the meat and the other mixed the blend. Time went by and they had families. As with success they grew. One married twice with 4 tin lids, the other once with 2. Then a tragedy befell them as their butcher shop burnt down, so they built a brand new factory out on the edge of town. It wasn't only just for them, but something they would share. Production of their sausage, now more a family affair. Believed the wrong decision of their father made amends, both. Taught them all the cuts of meat, taught them all the secret blends. Winning every competition from the bush down to the coast, one called himself the Sausage King, the other didn't boast. Handcrafted sausage made with tradition, family pride and love. Passed on their secret knowledge, now passed to the above. Good sausage is an art form. In this art they did excel. Were these men the greatest ever? Well, it's only time will tell. The two brothers' homecraft sausage pride, a colour under feet, an artificer of flavour, and an artisan of meat. Well, I hope all that whinging was worth it.
It was.
Yeah, oh, good, yeah. Okay, now I'll do this now. There's a bloke, we had a cattle drive come through here about a month or so ago, a great Australian cattle drive. Had Sheila's coming up from Sydney and Melbourne, getting in the saddle, riding a horse for a week, getting all sore, sitting around the gidgee fires, all that sort of stuff. It was fantastic, right? Now, they had this poet that was along with them for a while, and I ran into him out at the dinner, because we had a big dinner in down here for him. And he was telling me that poetry has to be all correct. Right? It's got to be true. It's got to be absolutely 100% true. Right? Now, I'm a journalist, okay? And like, we don't even have that you guys know that, right? Yeah? Oh, am I speaking out of school here? Okay, but it's got to be 100% correct. And I thought about that and I thought, nah. Okay, because there is nothing Australians like better than a good bullshit story. Right? In fact, if you go to a poetry competition, they normally have this competition that runs with it called yarn spinning. Okay, and it's basically whoever can tell the biggest bullshit story, okay, wins this competition. Yeah? Now, anyway, I did a gig for a couple of months with a guy called Paddy O'Brien. And I'd top and tail it and he'd do the middle part of it, okay? And he used to do this yarn. And I asked him if I could put it into verse, because he tried to put it into verse and couldn't. So I asked him if I could do it. And he said, yeah, mate, you go for it. And this is Rowdy. The old man called him Rowdy because he'd rarely heard him bark. He became a legend in the canine world. He left his special mark. He was loyal. He was friendly. His passion just to please, I'd take him down the green feed, so to chase the wallabies. The job Dad had given to shoot them as they came into his field. That field was there for winter feed to protect our milking yield. All I needed to do was shoot one. The rest would beat, retreat. Rowdy would chase him to the forest before I'd let him eat. This day, I'd lined one up. I beat upon its head, but it moved at the last moment, and I winged the thing instead. Rowdy chased him like a terror through the grass so long and green, but forgotten down the paddock was a disc plough, now unseen. The blades on that plough were honed to a razor's edge. It was a health and safety situation, laying hidden in the veg. Then, the thing that happened, I swear to you is true. Rowdy hit that plough so hard, it split him clean in two. When I got down to him, he was in two pieces on the ground. So I slapped him back together with some wire I had found. He coughed a bit and spluttered before he found his feet. Then he was off to chase that wallaby. He knew I'd let him eat. But in my rush to save him, well, what else can I say? When I put him back together, I put one half round the other way. He'd run on two legs till tired. He'd pause a bit and then he'd flick himself over. And away he'd go again. Rowdy chased that wallaby over hill and into dale. Then he caught it in a gully when he grabbed it by the tail. His violent transmutation then paid some dividends. When Rowdy ate that wallaby, he ate him from both ends. So I took him home to Mum and Dad, and they knew what to do. Dad started planning on building a doghouse with a view. Turned out he became a watchdog the likes had never been before. At the same time, he could watch the front as well as the back door. Well, the neighbours all were jealous, and they used to come around and they'd bring along their girl dogs to meet our special hound. Oh, Rowdy, he didn't mind. He was a dog within his prime. That old boy was so good, he could serve two bitches at a time. They'd often ask Dad what breed he was, and he'd say half and half. They think on it a moment, most always have a laugh. But you couldn't bring the pups round though. Dad just didn't have the heart. If he saw his pups were normal, it might tear his boy apart. We used to feed him out of 2 bowls, and that would be okay. But Mum discovered something one day I went away. I left 2 bowls of water out when and I went into town, and when he drank them both together, the poor dog nearly drowned. Well, Rowdy, he got real old, about as old as a dog could get. So we took him to the doctor. He was too good for the vet. That was the day we lost our best of times, old mate. We brought him home and buried him, both sides of the front gate. Now, Mum was so emotional, she cried for most a week. My brother went on walkabout and my sister barely speak. Dad, in his honour, made a solemn vow. He went and got the tractor and he put away the plough. We often think of Rowdy. On those days we sit and reminisce. We always miss his mischief, but we never miss his kiss. He's been gone so long now, and so far as we can tell, he's up there, watching heaven's gate, as well, the gates of hell. You do like a bullshit story, I like that. All right, well, we'll do another one then, okay? Who's got a brother-in-law? Okay, do we like him? Yeah, keep your hands up if you like him. Yeah? Oh, well, yeah, I didn't like mine. Thank heavens I only had one sister. Yeah, could have got real bad. Or one of my brothers could have been gay. That could have been even worse. I've got to tell them that. Anyway, now this is a story by my brother-in-law. Now, he told this story one Christmas, right? And it was such a good story that I just had to write it down. So originally I call this Joe's Yarn because his name's Joe and it's about his story. Okay, but people have heard this. Oh, we got any truckies here tonight? Yeah, we've got a truckie at the back there. Yeah, you probably like this one, mate. Yeah, okay, because people have told me I should call this the truckie. Every year and a day round Christmas, mates Cole, Pete and Tom play a game. Over beers they sit and tell stories for shouts and a year's worth of fame. Last year's champion, Cole, started first. His story, horse trading deal. Then Pete sparked a yarn that was funny about how he'd once scored a free meal. Tom thought his story must be the winner of his wife and their holiday when a stranger came up and asked them, was it okay if he was to play? The three friends made the stranger welcome, and he said that his name was Joe. Driving big rigs, his living and passion, they charged up their beers for his go. We just happened to be in Toowoomba, my wife at the wheel down the range, when I looked up to the left and I saw a sight I thought rather strange. Beside me was a B-double, a tanker truck fuel to the brim. The driver, with spasm chest clutching, that chance for disaster looked grim. Quick, as a frog on a hot plate, I leapt from the seat of the car. To the driver's door I reached, grabbing the mirror. A gymnastics bar. I flicked myself up through the window, moved the driver aside with a toss, and I landed myself in position to show that big rig who was boss. We were coming on hard to the corner, so I grinded it down the odd gear. I thought I had the job beaten, but then the sum of a driver's worst fear. Suddenly, it ruptured. The compression line on the brake. Then, from under the seat, hostile posing, slid a 5-foot-long brown snake. Like a mongoose on speed, I reacted, ripped the gear knob off the stick, and I struck at the snake with a missile. It dropped like a pin on a brick. From my momentary lapse of attention, the truck listed wild on the road. I saved it when I opened the door, and I let out and brought down the load. I wrestled it through all the corners and I guided it safe down the hill. On the horn all the way to give warning, a triumph of courage and skill. Most blokes wouldn't have revived the driver, but I wasn't one of those blokes. Kick-started his heart with some jumper leads and the foil from a packet of smokes. So then I had to fix up that brake line so that big rig I could bring in, bound it up with a Coke can and wire, then sealed it up with the snake skin. I nursed that truck down the highway. The mermaid's not in their guard. The driver guided me homeward until I pulled it up, safe, in the yard. The boss then ran out to greet us, and he gave me a slap on the back. Said, "This truck's got to get to Melbourne, my boy. Would you care to give it a crack? Your driver's okay, your truck's in one piece. I work for another truck mob." He said to me, "Mate, you're a hero." I said, "Mate, I'm just doing my job." The three friends stared like stunned mullets, in awe at the tale they'd been told. Under the terms of their competition, this story was absolute gold. They nodded their head in agreement. Cole got up, bought Joe a beer. "Congratulations, old mate," he said. "You've won the best bullshit story this year." Okay, well, we'll do one more, and then I'll get Sam to come out with the guitar, and we'll finish with a song and dance. Okay? Now, I said that, like last time I did this, one of these shows, I said we're going to finish with a song and dance act. Everyone left.
Yep.
Right? No one wants to do singing and dancing. It won't hurt, okay? All the big shows do it. If we're doing a Hollywood number, we'd have to finish with a song and dance. You'd be doing tap. Anyway, now, if you happen to read Australian poetry, like, do you read a lot of Australian poetry? Yeah? Yeah, well, someone does. Okay. You would figure out pretty quick that most of it's about men. Right? Most of it's about men. Like, yeah, we've got a lot. There was a bloke they interviewed on TV the other day who was down doing the poetry competition down in Brisbane at the Ekka. And he said, "Yeah, we've got a poet on our $10 bill." Okay? Mate, we've got two poets on our $10 bill because Mary Gilmore on the other side, she's a poet too. Right? She actually got knighted as a poet. You know. Anyway, I could sit here and bitch about women in Australian poetry, but the fact is that you girls aren't featured much. Right? Andy goes out with the cattle. It's all about bloody Andy. Right? Okay, it doesn't come back to you girls. So I thought it was time that I wrote a poem where a woman is the hero. You want to hear that poem? Yeah. Go on. We want to hear the poem or not, girls?
Yes.
We can? Yeah. All right. All right. Girl power. Yeah. Nice. I'm one of the sisters. I can get away with that now. That's how I identify. Yeah. Okay, so I'll do this one. Now, this one's about my old mate Renee. Okay, when I first met Renee, she always told me that her name was French for yum. Yeah? And I met her in Victoria, which is really weird because you don't really meet a lot of people in Victoria. But I ran into her again, right, in the Northern Territory. And this is called Last Drinks at Humpty Doo. The barman called last drinks in the pub at Humpty Doo. And the locals rose to get their fill before the night was through. But a stranger in the corner, who'd been going strong all day, cried, "Bullshit! I ain't leaving. I've come up here to play. I'm the toughest man in Melbourne, smashing heads in is my art. And if you dare to stop me drinking, I'm going to tear this place apart." Every voice fell silent. Every eye crossed to a stool where sat a fair young woman, looking sombre, soft and cool. She rose to meet the stranger, and she glided to his seat. She smiled and dropped her eyelids. "You're a bloke I've got to meet." She looked him once all over with her eyes of velvet blue. "You should know my occupation. I'm the cop in Humpty Doo." "So you're a filthy copper, but you're such a pretty sight. I'll gratify you later, but right now I want to fight." So she told him to get moving, and he rose up and primed her fist. She lingered for a moment. Then she grabbed him by the wrist. She moved like liquid lightning, jammed his hand up his back, her free hand like a taipan, then went vicious on attack. She struck him like a pit bull, square between the thighs, with a grip upon his love loins, bringing water to his eyes. She had him where she wanted, so she gave his nads a squeeze, and she whispered, "Hello, darling," just to set his blood to freeze. Then she started moving as the crowd began to roar, and as she reached full gallop, she spat him out the door. He cleared the concrete rampart like a brolga on the wing, Then he slapped into the footpath like a flattened trailer spring. His temper hit the red line as he bounced into the ditch. I'm gonna flame and kill ya, you dirty rotten bitch. From the space within her bosom, she plucked $100 bill. And she held the note above her head until the crowd was hushed and still, and she turned to face the patrons as she held that Mawson high. This $100 goes to the bloke that blacks that wanker's eye. The boys were surging forward as the stranger found his feet, and the last she ever saw him was escaping down the street. So she cried to the pursuers, let him go, boys, that'll do. Last drinks will be my 100 on the bar at Humpty Doo. All right, we good to do the song, Sam? Oh, you got to get it plugged in yet? Okay, well, we're going to do a warm-up, okay? Because you can tell by the way I use my walker. I'm a cattleman, no time to talk. Cows are loud and horses warm. I've been riding them since I was born. So, all right, it's okay. I'll go out, bring in the hay. You can try to understand. This big country's effect on man. Whether you're a ringer or whether you're a stringer, you're just...
Stay alive.
Oh, you
Stay
left me
alive.
hanging. You left me hanging. Oh.
Man, didn't have music.
Do I need to teach you the words? Oh, leaving me hanging like that. I'll let you make it up to me, okay?
Yes, sir.
After leaving me hanging. Well, you've got to sing along with the chorus for this, yeah? And I wouldn't mind seeing a bit of dancing. Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing a bit of dancing. Oh. Okay, we ready? We ready to go? Now, once you get the chorus of this, should be all good, okay? And you'll be able to sing the next time it comes around, okay? And now, most people... Okay, like, you sing country, western, whatever genre you got, whatever you're going for. This is a brand new genre, okay, and it's called Grey Nomad. All right, let's go. Oh, well, my mum was born in Ilfracombe, my dad's a travelling man. Guess that's why I feel at home in my caravan. From our jobs back in the city, always down and grey, out along these country roads, letting romance guide our way. Oh, well, I've been up through the Kimberleys, been down to Uluru. I've ate a pie in Tassie, I've drank a beer in Humpty Doo. And I will tell you something, I swear to you it's true. I've danced with the Brolgers beside the old Barcoo. Dancing with the Brolgers beside the old Barcoo. There is nothing in this life we would rather do. So if you'd like to come along, we'll find a place for you when we dance with the Brolgers beside the old Barcoo. See, I told you it was easy. Okay, come on, ladies, you know all the words now. Travel down these country roads, care not their dust or mud. My wife here beside me, 'cause she shares my gypsy blood. Through the dust of epic drought or humid tropic damp, we've travelled every highway back toward our old bush camp. Since sunrise in Kagari, sunset in Ningaloo, we've surfed along the beaches and we've climbed the mountains too. But I will tell you something you need to go and do. You need to dance with the Brolgers beside the old Barcoo. Dancing with the Brolgers beside the old Barcoo. There is nothing in this life we would rather do. So if you'd like to come along, we'll find a place for you when we dance with the Brolgers beside the old Baku.
Oh, keeps going.
Lift your knees, flap your arms, cry out from your heart. It doesn't matter where you go, you just need make a start. Bringing entertainment to every place we stay. We're living and we're loving with those brolgers on our way. Seen those skies of stormy days, seen those skies of blue. Took my lover by a hand and I told her it was true. Once we'd shared that one thing, we now always do. Still we dance with the brolgers beside the old Baku. Come on everybody, dancing with the brolgers beside the old Baku. There is nothing in this life we would rather do. So if you'd like to come along, we'll find a place for you when we dance with the brolgers beside the old Baku. Well, I hope we get real old like real old people do. Now we've found this secret to keep our passion true. If I could recommend one thing you need to go and do, you need to dance with the brolgers beside the old Baku. Come on, one more time. Dancing with the brolgers beside the old Baku. There is nothing in this life
Oh, you're doing very well,
brother. So if you'd like to come along, we'll find a place for you when we dance with the brolgers beside the old Baku. When we dance with the brolgers beside the old Baku. Thank you very much, folks. Enjoy Blacko while you're here. I'll just put my milk tin out in a minute. Okay, and if you are interested, they're doing the footy presentations down the Bowls Club tonight. Right? Yeah, if you're into the local footy, it's a good night. If not, there's probably a few guys around that get on the grog. We'll probably know. Forget I said anything.
Yeah, stay away from that.
All right, have a good night.
Thanks, Bill.
Thank you. Yeah, we'll be doing the same.
Yeah, okay, so that was the live stream I can't wait for my pulling off.
You're going to be
But how I can't dance or hold my shoulders up or anything.
You're going to be a star.
It's good fun, though. It's just
Thanks, Doc.